In a world obsessed with convenience, the Amish prove that simplicity isn't just peaceful, it's powerful. While most families struggle under rising bills, subscriptions, and impulse spending, the Amish quietly live lives of abundance, without debt, waste, or excess. Their secret isn't luck, it's wisdom, earned through centuries of discipline, craftsmanship, and faith in doing more with less. These 25 Amish frugal hacks reveal how they stretch a dollar until it multiplies, how they build communities where money rarely leaves, and how they've managed to thrive in modern times without modern expenses. From food to fuel, clothes to construction, they've turned self-reliance into an art form that can save anyone, even a modern city dweller, thousands every single week. So step inside the quiet rhythm of Amish life, where wisdom replaces waste, contentment replaces consumption, and true wealth comes not from what you own, but from how simply you live. 1. The one fire, many meals. In every Amish home, the stove is sacred and never used wastefully. When the wood-burning stove is lit, it's not just for one meal. The Amish cook breakfast, bake bread, and heat water for laundry, all from the same fire. Once the embers die down, leftovers are placed on the warm stovetop to stay hot for lunch. This single-fire system saves piles of firewood, eliminates electricity costs, and ensures nothing ever goes to waste. It's the heart of Amish thrift. Do one thing well, and let that one thing serve a dozen purposes. 2. Reusing heat for home and water. Amish homes are built to conserve every degree of warmth. When the kitchen stove is running, pipes or metal coils often carry excess heat to adjoining rooms or to heat water in iron kettles. Instead of paying for gas or heaters, they redirect what's already there. In summer, the same logic applies in reverse. Hot air is vented through ceiling vents into attics or out the roof, preventing buildup. Their homes function like living machines, circulating warmth and coolness naturally, saving hundreds in energy without a single electric fan. 3. The jar economy system, forget plastic storage. The Amish store nearly everything, grains, soups, coffee, even lard, in reusable glass jars sealed with wax or tin lids. Not only does this preserve food longer, but it eliminates the endless cycle of disposable packaging. What begins as a jar for applesauce may later hold rice, pickles, or homemade soap. Over time, a household that relies entirely on glass storage saves thousands simply by reusing instead of rebuying. The jar economy is proof that sustainability isn't a trend, it's a habit. 4. The grow what you eat. For the Amish, grocery stores are the last resort. Almost everything they eat comes from their own soil: potatoes, beans, carrots, onions, corn, and berries. Even small Amish families keep backyard gardens big enough to fill their pantries for a year. They plant in rotation, collect rainwater, and use compost instead of store-bought fertilizer. By growing what they eat and eating what they grow, they save thousands every year that others spend on packaged produce. To them, food isn't just nourishment, it's freedom from dependence on anyone else's prices. 5. The weekly community swap. Instead of wasting or buying duplicates, Amish families exchange what they have too much of. One household might trade homemade butter for eggs, another swaps honey for soap. These informal barter circles mean almost no one needs cash to get essentials. Even large items, tools, canned goods, or fabrics move freely between neighbors through trust and shared values. No receipts, no middlemen, no waste. Over a lifetime, this old-world barter network replaces thousands of dollars in retail spending with something better: community wealth. 6. The 5-year pantry rule. In every Amish cellar, rows of jars line the shelves like a museum of self-reliance. The rule is simple: keep at least 5 years of staples stored: grains, pickles, canned meats, and root vegetables. They restock constantly, but never let supplies run low. When prices spike or harvests fail, the Amish simply open another jar. Their stockpile isn't about fear, it's about smart timing. By buying or preserving food in bulk when ingredients are cheap and abundant, they save a fortune that modern shoppers lose to convenience and impulse. 7. The No Laundry Day system. Most modern homes waste gallons of water and electricity every single day running small laundry loads. The Amish take a smarter approach. Laundry happens once a week, never daily. Every item of clothing is washed together in large outdoor tubs or manual washers using homemade soap. Sunlight replaces dryers, and water from washing is reused for floors or gardens. By consolidating laundry into one heavy-use day, they save not just money, but also time and energy. It's not about doing less laundry, it's about doing it smarter, in harmony with the rhythm of the week. 8. Homemade soap and cleaning mixes. Amish cleaning supplies are as simple as their way of life. Instead of buying store-bought detergents filled with chemicals and perfume, they make soap from animal fat, lye, and essential oils, ingredients that cost pennies and last months. For general cleaning, they mix vinegar, baking soda, and water stored in reused glass bottles. These homemade cleaners disinfect surfaces, polish metal, and leave no residue behind. The result? A spotless home for a fraction of the price of modern cleaners, and without a single plastic bottle wasted. 9. Hand-sewn clothing that lasts decades. Amish families rarely buy new clothes. Instead, every item is made by hand, tailored from durable cotton or wool that can be repaired again and again. When one garment wears out, its usable pieces become patches or fabric for children's clothing. Buttons are reused, thread is saved, and nothing, not even scraps, is thrown away. A single dress might live 3 or 4 lives before it's done. By avoiding fashion trends and valuing longevity, Amish families save thousands each year that others lose to impulse buying and disposable fashion. 10. The fix-it-once, forget-it mindset. The Amish don't replace broken things, they repair them. From oil lamps to shoes, chairs, and cookware, everything is built to last and restored when worn down. Metal pans are retinned, boots are resoled, furniture is sanded and refinished. This repair-first mentality cuts waste entirely. A chair might last 3 generations, and a simple hand tool can serve for 50 years. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. In the modern world, this alone can save thousands every year in replacements and upgrades that the Amish simply never need. 11. Heat-sharing homes. In Amish communities, many homes are designed so that warmth from a single source, a wood stove or a coal furnace, can serve multiple rooms. They use vent channels cut through floors and walls to circulate heat naturally without fans or ducts. In winter, families gather around the central kitchen or parlor stove, closing off unused rooms to conserve energy. Instead of heating empty spaces, they heat life itself, saving hundreds in fuel costs each season. The principle is simple. Live smaller in cold months, and your expenses shrink just as naturally. 12. Rainwater and gray water. Water is treated as sacred in the Amish world, never wasted. They collect rainwater from rooftops in barrels and cisterns, using it to wash clothes, water gardens, or clean floors. Bath and laundry water, called gray water, is reused again for cleaning tools or flushing outdoor privies. It's a complete cycle where every drop serves 2 or 3 purposes. This habit, simple yet powerful, reduces dependence on wells and cuts the costs of pumping and filtering water dramatically. When the world pays for utilities, the Amish pay attention. And that's why they save so much. 13. The envelope budgeting system. Long before budgeting apps existed, the Amish perfected a method that keeps spending under control without banks or screens. Every dollar earned is divided into labeled envelopes, one for food, one for household needs, one for tithes or savings. Once an envelope is empty, spending stops. This physical boundary builds discipline, teaching families to live within real limits rather than credit. The Amish don't guess where their money goes. They see it leave their hands. Over a year, this simple visual control saves more than spreadsheets ever could, because it teaches restraint, not just arithmetic. 14. Family labor, over outsourcing. Hiring help is almost unheard of in Amish life. Children grow up learning skills, cooking, carpentry, sewing, farming, and repairs that would cost modern families thousands in labor fees. Instead of calling a plumber or gardener, the Amish fix what they can and trade work when they can't. A barn that might cost $40,000 in labor is built by neighbors in a weekend, for free. When families share effort instead of currency, money stays in the community, and the savings ripple for generations. 15. The no-debt doctrine. In Amish culture, debt is viewed as a form of bondage. They buy only what they can afford and avoid loans whenever possible, even for large purchases like land or horses. If they must borrow, it's from family or local church groups, never banks, and always with a clear plan to repay quickly. This mindset keeps their financial lives free of interest, late fees, and anxiety. Living without debt doesn't just save money, it preserves peace. Every dollar they don't owe becomes another they can reinvest in what truly matters: land, faith, and family stability. 16. The Second Life lumber system. When the Amish tear down a barn, house, or fence, nothing is wasted, not even the smallest piece of wood. Every board is denailed, sanded, and stored for reuse. Old barn beams become furniture. Weathered planks become kitchen shelves or chicken coop siding. This habit saves thousands in construction materials and preserves the charm of old craftsmanship. In the modern world, where every remodel starts with demolition, the Amish remind us that the past can always build the future, beautifully and affordably. 17. Multi-purpose hand tools. The Amish prefer tools that can do more than one job. Instead of owning dozens of gadgets, they invest in a few high-quality hand tools that last for decades. A single hand plane can smooth wood, shave doors, and even carve furniture parts. A scythe mows grass and trims fields where others would use fuel-powered mowers. Because their tools don't rely on electricity, they save on maintenance, fuel, and replacement costs, turning craftsmanship into a lifelong investment instead of an ongoing expense. 18. Salvage and swap building materials. Whenever a barn raising or home renovation happens, leftover nails, metal sheets, and boards are gathered into community storage sheds. Neighbors can take what they need, no payment required. This shared supply chain prevents waste and eliminates the need for constant hardware store runs. An Amish builder might complete an entire shed using only salvaged materials from other projects. The result is not just savings, but solidarity, a community-built economy where every nail and plank serves more than one life. 19. The horse and buggy advantage. While the rest of the world spends small fortunes on cars, insurance, fuel, and repairs, the Amish depend on one of the most cost-efficient systems ever designed: the horse and buggy. A horse eats oats and hay grown right on the farm, and the buggy itself can last for decades with minimal maintenance. There's no fuel bill, no mechanic fees, and no registration costs. Beyond money, this lifestyle naturally limits unnecessary travel, saving time, energy, and focus. Every journey is intentional, every expense justified. Their transportation isn't just slower, it's smarter, turning simplicity into lifelong financial freedom. 20. Health through work, not memberships. Amish people don't buy gym memberships or fitness equipment. Their daily work keeps them strong. Hours spent in the fields, walking instead of driving, chopping wood, and lifting tools are natural exercise routines built into their way of life. Their food is unprocessed, their air is clean, and their sleep is dictated by daylight, not screens. This balanced rhythm keeps medical costs astonishingly low. Many Amish families rarely visit doctors outside of emergencies because their health is maintained through active living and mindful eating. Their fitness doesn't cost a cent. It's earned through the flow of daily purpose,